Hello, welcome to episode 186 of Folks Talking Sports. I am Chris Gardner of the Houston Round Ball Review, and with me is Kenitra Pulliams. How are you doing?
Happy Sunday.
Thank you. Happy Sunday to you as well. And also with us is Laquita Thompson. How are you doing?
Feeling great, feeling great. Good to be here.
Excellent. Glad to hear that. As you're watching today's show, of course, on YouTube via the Houston Round Ball Review channel, Twitch, Facebook, on my personal and Round Ball Review page as well. We're going to talk mainly the NBA Finals, preview the Finals matchup is set, and then at some point, possibly AJ Jones and AD Moore will join us as well, and we'll continue the conversation with them. But let's recap Game 7 Spurs OKC. Were you surprised that the Spurs won in Oklahoma City?
Yes.
A little bit.
I was as well. I picked OKC to win the game, win Game 7, and be a Knicks OKC matchup. So I was wrong. Sounds like all three of us were wrong. But just your thoughts on Game 7?
Yeah, I mean, historically, the Thunder had taken care of home in Game 7. And it's the first time that the MVP didn't have enough help.
Laquita, your thoughts? Justin, how are you doing? I see your comment. Thank you for watching us here on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. Well, Laquita, your thoughts, and then I'll get into posting Justin's comment for everybody else to see.
Yeah, man. SGA didn't have any help. Like he was trying to put that whole team on his back. He was exhausted. Like nobody was helping him, and there was no way for them to get over the hump with how the Spurs and that momentum shift that they were going to beat them. So if they had been playing at all cylinders, it would have been a different game. Most likely, I think we all know that. But man, he didn't have any help. And then the Spurs, man, look, I don't know about y'all, but when at the post, I was crying like a baby because it was like these are babies. These are babies doing this. And it's so fun to watch. Like I love watching teams like that'll have the young ones on there who are just like balling out, who just want to win and giving their all. So man, it was great for them to win. I enjoyed it, but definitely feel bad for OKC that they didn't bring all cylinders in.
Justin's comment: as a Rockets fan, I do not want the Spurs to win, but what's the alternative? Cheering for New York? Yeah. If you don't want the Spurs to win, you don't only have two choices, and one of the Spurs, one of the Knicks. Good evening to Queen Wanda Pope. I mean, she thought it was going to be OKC and the Knicks as well, so a lot of us were wrong.
Yeah.
Justin says Vernon already made it clear. F the Knicks. Well, that's Vernon. That's Vernon being Vernon. Mad Max being Mad Max.
100.
But
Yeah.
without AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams, OKC, Shea looked like Cade and the Pistons. Not enough help. Chet Holmgren looked like he had the yips.
I mean,
I mean, he refused to take a shot. He passed up shots, passed up open looks. What are your thoughts on that? Chet Holmgren and the yips.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have thought because Wemby kind of they started off a little like, I was like, okay, Wemby, like, I would have expected them to kind of shut down in that environment, not your hometown and shut down. What was that? Was that in the third quarter or so? He had only had, what, two shots that he had taken? Only three shots or whatever it was
Yeah.
or something like that. I'm like, I don't know what happened to him mentally. That's what always gets me in games like this. When you've come this far, you have a big game before or two big games before. You come here at home and then you completely shut down. Like I don't know what happened to him mentally.
And well, let's bring in the fourth member, the producer. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. I apologize for being late.
No worries. Well,
CPT.
No, that's called kids not in school late.
He had that after church nap.
Man, listen, I did not, and normally I do.
Hey,
but
it hits differently as an adult.
AJ,
Man,
what are your thoughts on OKC? Was it more a question of OKC not winning Game 7 or losing Game 7, or the Spurs winning Game 7?
now I think you gotta check in with OKC. You got to find out why Chet Holmgren was willfully absent. It's one thing to throw him up there and not play well, not hit him. It's another thing to not throw him up and be turning down shots. And I mean, he didn't do anything else to get himself going. He didn't do it defensively. There weren't 50-50 balls that he was diving on the court after. Inquiring minds want to know, was he injured? Was he not feeling well? What's going on? I'm not dogging the man, but game 7, defending champ, you got to have more from Chet, especially when Jay Will is sitting over there in street clothes. So I'm still waiting to see and hear something other than what we saw and heard after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed up shots, as you said. He had the yips. He just seemed out of it. But let's catch up on some comments here from the viewers. And again, AJ is not with us. AD Moore is going to try to join us from, I think he's in Virginia. I think that's what he said. He's in Virginia with some family. Justin, I'm kind of curious your thoughts on this as well. Justin says, "I will give it to Wemby. It's refreshing to actually see a star player that actually looks like he cares and not trying to be nonchalant and cool."
Mm.
He was very
Mm-hmm.
emotional, very happy about the win. What are your thoughts on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, like very humble. You can't not root for him just for what how he has impacted the game. The sincerity of you see how he was affected by what his team has accomplished. Like like no ego, just I mean, yes, that's my hometown team, but I'm not rooting for him.
Yeah, she's rooting for the Nova Knicks. Yeah, in case anyone's wondering. Yeah, Laquita,
Yeah,
your thoughts on it? AJ as well. Thoughts on Wemby and his emotion?
yeah. Like when you even go back to when he had bad games, because and he said in his press conference one of those games that he didn't do his job, that he put too much energy where it wasn't needed, and they couldn't capitalize for that win whenever that was back. So when you look at that young kid and how he's already like thinking through being the main star of this team and thinking through the game and just kind of still adjusting to it, but appreciating the opportunity, you gotta love him and you gotta appreciate that. So when you and then to look back how he prepared for this season, going over there and what he did to prepare his body to get himself ready mentally and physically, and then what I really love, I love how they look at him. His teammates look at him as their superstar, and they appreciate him and was like excited for him, as well as he for each other. So it's like I said earlier, it's just good to see young guys, the care and the passion and the mindset that they have right now to win, just like OKC has had for the last 2 years, 3 years. It's that same rookie and everything in there. I love it. I was crying like a baby. I ain't gonna lie. I had tissue and everything.
Laquita, you wasn't
AJ,
even crying. Wait, hold on. Wait. Come on, Laquita. You was
I
crying like that was
was.
your baby. That was your child. Look at my
I felt it all. I felt it all.
let me and Justin, I don't know you, so hear me when I say this is not at you or anybody else. I want to normalize liking someone without disliking other people.
Yes.
Wimby is refreshing as Wimby, but there are other players that gotta remain cool. They gotta remain kind of nonchalant. If you've ever played or done something where you know you were so amped up that you were doing it wrong, and you realize it was better for you to just relax, chill out, and just let it come to you, let it flow. I think some of us, and again, no shade at Justin or anybody on the program, some of us have tried to put other people's personalities on other people that don't carry that personality or has found something else that works for them. And I love Wemby for Wemby. I don't mind a nonchalant player who's laid back, who's cool, who's not acting. That's just their personality. Blake Griffin is a perfect example. I hated interviewing Blake Griffin. Just monotone.
Yep.
Not. I love the Blake Griffin that I'm seeing on the commercials that I absolutely hate. I love him. I wish we had him in the locker room. But baby Blake is gonna give you 5 minutes of like you gotta push your thing in his mouth so you can got the right volume because he's not going to increase his volume.
Right.
But nobody played harder than Blake.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I love Wemby. I'm happy for the young man. I'm happy that they got over the mountain. Man, they are so far ahead of schedule. It is unbelievable. I too am like you, Kenitra. I'm rooting for the Knicks, but I won't be mad if the Spurs win it because it's a fun story. It's an amazing ride. I mean, for those of us in this area, this ain't new. Don't call it a comeback. San Antonio had been there for years.
Mm-hmm.
There was season after season after season with 50 wins, season after season with the division championship and what have you. So, again, it's good to see them back. It's fun to see a mid-market team doing what they're doing with a face of a star like that.
Yeah, and then with Pop's health issues, meaning that he could no longer continue as the head coach.
Right.
But the reverence,
Right.
That Wemby shows, that the team, you look at during the games and Tim Duncan's up in the suite with, so it's just, he still has a fingerprint on this organization.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me cross-pollinate sports real quick. When D'Amico Ryans walked into the Texans building for the first time to meet the city and the media, oh my God, it was so electric. It was the same thing when Wemby walked into the building in San Antonio. It was like a David Robinson. It was like a Tim Duncan. It was like a generational player has become a part of this organization again. So again, it's a great story. It's a great ride. Like we don't have to add anything to it. You just stir that thing up and let it cook right, and it'll make its own gravy.
The Spurs used to be boring.
I
Isn't that what
never
everybody
thought they
said?
I
You
never
know,
thought
right.
they were, man. I just love good, fundamental, well-coached basketball on all ends of the court.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. So the Spurs, something else, on to what you're saying. It's like Pop laid out a kind of culture environment that players that come into that system, they come in with a whole different kind of vibe about them that makes them mesh well together, which makes them likable. And and we see it on the court with how they play with each other. And it's like it's been like that for a minute. So, some may say that it's boring because it's not like the other Flash and all these other things, but it's going to start becoming that because of the group that you have now. But it's going to be not only with Flash, but still with that same kind of spirit and that unity and that just thank you, Jesus, that I'm here kind of attitude and feeling that they have in San Antonio. That's what I like. I like the energy that was set in place years ago.
Yeah.
And it's not just Wemby. Wemby's a generational talent, clearly. But he didn't score all the points. He did not score all 111. He got help from Julian Champagny. He got help from Houston's own De'Aaron Fox.
Oh,
Guy
yeah.
Lewis award winner.
Good to
Shout
see
out.
that.
Gotta put that out there as always.
Lakes.
Yeah.
Devin Vassell, Mr. Castle, who some Rocket fans say the Rockets should have drafted instead of Reed Shepard. Kelvin Johnson.
And the grizzled veteran Harrison Barnes.
Barnes, Dylan Harper. So the young core, and AJ said it, everybody agrees, the Spurs Like this group, they skipped a few steps. They got here really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say about the Rockets' chances of going forward? But all that aside, it's hard to repeat. Tim Duncan
Yeah.
didn't win back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, the Spurs were a dynasty for winning titles over a number of years, but that group never won it back to back. That's something Rocket fans can say, hold over their heads to the Spurs. Y'all didn't win back to back. We did. Okay, Detroit did. The Bulls did. Lakers did. Spurs never did. That Spurs group never did. We'll see if these Spurs do that. Or will they be winning 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 4? OKC isn't going anywhere, looks like. But it's hard to win one championship. It's harder to win 2 in a row. Injuries are part of it. Another opponent have your number. Spurs had OKC's number all year.
They were 4-1.
Yeah.
All year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, don't forget that.
Yeah. Again,
that's-
in another sport, they say styles make fights. It's
Yes.
the same thing. It's a matchup that bodes well for the Spurs, especially when you got Jay Will sitting over there in street clothes. I mean, you depended upon a lot of guys that, for whatever reason, last night was not their night. And nobody did the little things well. When your jumper ain't falling, then get to the rack. If that ain't working, then get to the free throw line. If that ain't working, then lock them down on D, force some turnovers, and get some fast break points. None of that happened with those guys. And I'll say this, and I'll be quiet. It would have said a lot about the Spurs if OKC would have been able to beat them without those key players being out. Injuries are part of it. Everybody was dynasty this, dynasty that. Oh, but if they had this guy, that's all part of it. And that's why, one of the many reasons why, it's hard to be a repeat champion.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yep.
But Chet Holmgren took 2 shots the whole game. 33 minutes, he took 2 shots. Not one 3-point attempt. 2 for 4 from the free throw line. It's more than just Wemby. He wasn't there. Chet was not there offensively.
No. He looked bewildered. When you looked at him, when they put the camera on him, he looked bewildered. That's what I was like, what was wrong with him? And I know you mentioned it. Was he injured? Was he sick? I don't know. But he just looked bewildered out there. Like he was just completely not there mentally.
Let me say this. Chet played Wemby 6 games before last night. He all of a sudden got scared of him last night?
Right.
Okay.
No. Wemby played a hell of a game. A block here, a block there. That doesn't take my heart. You didn't take his manhood. He had played it for 6 games. Something happened with Chet, even if it was mental. Something switched off for Chet, and he didn't work his way through it. And I give him grace. I mean, he's a human being. He doesn't owe me anything. I didn't have money on the game. And even if I did, so what? But something happened, and those are the kind of compelling questions I'd love to hear asked. And I'd love him to be honest. Hey, man, listen, I got in my head, and I could not work my way out of it. Bro, I dap him up, hug him, man, it happens.
Yeah.
And we sharing stories.
That happens.
Yeah, it does.
That's why I don't overreact anymore. I mean, I did when I was a kid and teenager, and I didn't know any better. If a player struggles in a game 7 for the first time, multiple times, they don't do it on purpose. Unless you can convince me that person did it on purpose. You got to give me proof that they threw the game. I mean, did everything in their power to throw the game, had money in the game, did all that kind of stuff. Unless you can convince me of that, they had a bad game. Bad game at the wrong time. Didn't take enough shots. Something's wrong with them personally. Something wrong, whatever. I'm not going to be overly critical of Chet.
Right.
Something was in his head. He got in his head, and he couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
That happens. It wasn't his first game 7. So, it wasn't that either. He just picked the worst time to have a bad performance. That happens. The Knicks, OKC, the Knicks. Mr. Big, you're reaching here. Wemby did not. He dominated Chet the whole. He didn't get into his head.
No.
We're acting like Chet has never faced players he never played against before. Chet's never had bad games. When Chet and USA played Wemby in France when they were teenagers, Chet won those matchups.
And Chris, I'm glad to hear you
Yeah.
say that because a lot of fans, and I'm not saying that Mr. Big Texco is a fan. I'm just saying a lot of fans don't realize these guys aren't seeing each other for the first time.
Right.
They have played in little league against each other in tournaments. They played in AAU. They played in 18 and under, and 19 and under, and 20 and under world, Pan Am games. You name it. They have played on so many different levels against these players that they are not just, again, he did not take his heart or his manhood last night. Something happened, and even if he got the best of him, Chet did not work his way out of getting bested. But it's not all this psychic stuff, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's not that. I mean, he didn't get an assist. Okay, so he didn't even pass the ball to his teammates. He didn't do anything
Yeah,
to help his team win.
yeah.
If he did not want to take the shots, okay, rebound the ball better.
You do.
Did Wemby keep rebounding the ball?
You
I mean,
contribute in other ways.
Something, right?
Yeah.
Because when
there
you,
are other ways to
didn't-
contribute to a team.
Right.
yeah, I didn't see the stat line, so I don't know what he did on anything else. Rebounds, blocks. I can go
He
by
had
what
four.
I saw.
4
But-
rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 blocks,
Yeah,
2 fouls.
I mean, if he was 2 for 12, I'd say he had a bad game.
yeah,
Didn't have a shot. But to only take 4 shots.
He only took 4
And
shots.
there were shots out there that were available to him. I saw
And
him.
Wemby was nowhere around, and he still passed him up.
Around
Yeah.
Right.
But to not take shots and not do what his team needed him to try to do, let alone needed him to do, but try to do, something else was there.
gotta be. I mean, he
Because
even had
Alex
a moment-
Caruso
Yeah,
took 14 shots, made 3.
yeah,
I think if you ask any OKC fan or people inside the organization, you'd rather have Chet take those 14 shots than Alex Caruso. If we're going
now,
out, I want my best players
Caruso-
let it fly.
Crusoe said, man, I do what the team needs me to do that night. And
Yeah.
he clearly saw Chet ain't taking him out. Look,
I'ma
let me
take
go
him.
eat. Let
Yeah.
me go eat.
yep.
Knicks. What do the Knicks? The Knicks on a roll. Roll through the Eastern Conference. Offense is rolling, clicking, firing all cylinders, all those great things. What's it going to take to beat OKC or for OKC to beat, the Spurs to beat the Knicks?
So I wrote down my thoughts because it was everywhere today. One of the first things I wrote down is one thing I think the Knicks need to do is hit them early because the Spurs are coming off this series. They used up a lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion, a lot of energy to get through this beast with OKC. And I know the Knicks, you can say either way, that's going to hurt them from sitting out. But if I were them, I would try to hit them early, get those first wins early, while the Spurs are probably, because that took a lot out of them. The other thing I have, like some of the things I have is one, they're gonna that physicality that the Knicks is gonna bring is gonna be totally different than OKC physicality, because you coming against some bigger guys. The mindset is different. And they're gonna be able. See, I think the Knicks are not gonna have to worry about Wemby inside as much as OKC might have because of how that front court looks, right? So they're going to be able, to be attacking that paint because they're going to spread them out, which is going to, put Wemby outside of that paint. So I think that's going to be a focus. You're going to have to focus on Anthony Towns, and if Anthony
Okay.
Towns can stay out of foul trouble, the Spurs are going to have a problem with that. And I think one of their biggest issues is going to be Brunson. Although Castle is a good physicality matchup for that, I still don't know how well he'll be able to maintain that throughout a series to hold Brunson, because Brunson is tricky and smart. Castle is young and sometimes get too emotional and too overly aggressive. So figuring out that piece is going to be something. So it's almost like, to me, the strength of the Spurs is what they're number 3 defensively in the league. But you look at the Knicks, they've been like at 123% offensively on 11-game streak. So they got to be able to maintain that, while the Spurs got to be able to maintain defensively. So I think it's going to come against who shows up consistently for this series, who's going to get it.
And that consistently, that's a key. One thing, and this is human nature as well, Wemby and the Spurs have to not be satisfied with just getting there.
Right.
Because honestly, to me, they celebrated so much like they won the whole thing last night.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all just got to the finals. The objective is to win it all, not just to get there. So I agree with Laquita. The Knicks hit them early because the Spurs took it to OKC like every first quarter of this whole series. Let's see how they respond if the Knicks do that. Punch them in the mouth in the first quarter, go up by 12, 14, 15, and then hit them again with a run before halftime. How will they respond? It could be at some point, as coaches say, as players, we've all seen sports a long, long time. At some point, the Spurs youngsters might realize they're young and experienced. It's up to the Spurs. The Knicks make them realize that. Because throughout these whole playoffs, the Spurs youngsters, Laquita said, the babies, have been rolling playing with house money. Well, how will they respond if someone takes that house money and says, okay, you're playing against grown men now. Grown men who are as hungry or if not hungrier than you are. How will you respond? And it's a team sport.
That part.
Again, Wemby is a hell of a talent.
Yeah.
But he ain't scoring all the points.
Yeah.
He ain't playing by himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
His teammates got to not hit those threes. The same thing they did fourth quarter last night, they got to do again against the Knicks.
Right. They were hugging Wemby last night like he was going off to the finals.
Yeah.
It's like we going off to the finals. It's a team sport. And one thing I again got to disagree again with Mr. Big Texco and bro, we good. The Knicks have multiple ways of scoring. They don't live and die by the three. You're not going to see the Knicks just jacking it up for three. Brunson himself is a mid-range assassin, and he can get his own shot. As much as we want to give Castle credit for being this great defender, Shea had 35. So, he wasn't locking people down. He played tough defense. He got in foul trouble. There are a number of players. Well, there are at least two players that I can call for the Knicks that can cause foul trouble for Castle. There are a couple of players that can cause foul trouble for Wemby, who almost got in trouble last night. And there are guys who can draw that important foul to get him out early in a half or to get him out of the game, unlike what OKC did last night. You got two different mentalities. They don't come in with a 10-point lead because of what they did last night when they play the Knicks on Wednesday. They've got to do the same thing, if not more and better than what they did back then. If not, the Knicks have the depth that OKC did not have because of the injury to wear some of these guys out. I don't know, man. I'm leaning in New York on this one. I'm leaning for a lot of reasons. I'm leaning in New York on this one.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges has found his groove.
Yep.
Offensively.
Yep.
The concern is Cat is foul prone. And Mitchell Robinson had surgery on his pinky. So he's going to be available, but, how effective will he be if he needs to come in, and give Cat a spell to keep him on the floor?
Yeah.
But Jalen Brunson, there was a reason why he was named Mr. Clutch last season, 2025. He plays through contact so well.
Come on.
And even when his shot isn't falling, he is a facilitator.
He does the other things.
He can impact the game. Right. He can get his teammates involved. He can stay aggressive without hunting his shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
On both ends, he gonna.
And it's not just Jalen Brunson. The Knicks, they do have depth.
Landry Shamet.
Come on. Come on.
Is reborn.
Yep. Damn it.
Will he continue his 3-point heater?
He's just, as a role player,
Yeah. Offensively, man, they're on it right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And really, it should be on paper. It should be a great matchup. Should be a great series. But I think all of us I'm curious to see how different players respond to being in the NBA Finals.
Mm. Yeah.
That goes for the star players, the superstars, and the role players.
Yeah.
But
Because
let's
this is the
see.
ultimate bright lights.
So Bridges has been there.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson's been there. Cat's been there.
Barnes has been there.
Barnes.
But
But yeah, what is this? The fourth time in NBA history you have two black head coaches
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
playing for the title.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that as well.
yeah.
It should be a great series. I'm rooting for the Eastern Conference champ. See, I know who that is. I won't ever pick a team from the West. I don't care if it's a no-brainer who the better team is. I'm picking a team from the East.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. I didn't see that coming. I'm a little
Period.
surprised. I'm a little surprised.
Period.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good to know.
Always. And there have been plenty of times when the team in the West was a better team. Clearly.
Good
Don't
to know.
care. I'm picking a team from the East. Period.
Let me ask you this question though: which team has more to prove? Because in my mind, it's a something to prove versus it's really fun to be here, man. We're having a great
yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You got some guys and a head coach up in New York that have something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
And an
if y'all
owner.
remember the dialogue, discourse, whatever. Recently, you even got coaches in professional leagues that are doubting Brunson and his something to prove, and the little guy can't do it. So now we got the little guy.
Yeah.
You mean the former assistant coach for the Spurs?
Yeah.
I know she mad because she didn't get the job, but come on.
Oh, and the owner, we need to win championship. You know, okay. So he expects championship, and when he said that, we thought he lost his mind.
You fired Tibbs for a reason.
Yeah,
Right.
but so, and it's a 2-2-1-1-1, right? No more 2-3-2, correct?
Right.
Right.
Correct.
Knicks in 6. So that means they'd win it in New York. Oh my goodness gracious.
Man,
Oh my goodness.
come on.
The party, if
on.
that were to happen,
Ooh.
oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Spike Lee, Stephen A, celebrities who just hopped on the bandwagon this playoff time, who will tell you I was the fan all along. No, you weren't. You know, those wannabes too. Oh my goodness. Certain dude who lives in the White House. Oops. My bad. Anyway, now let's shift gears.
But wait, but like also, just keep in mind if in fact, while the NBA playoffs are going on, there's another global event taking place in New York as well. The World Cup.
The world, yeah.
And the World Cup finals are in New York.
Oh my goodness.
The championship of the World Cup is in New York.
And that'll be what in July?
That
Final?
will be mid-July, but yeah, World Cup starts I think second week in June.
If the Knicks win it all, people might be sober by the World Cup final. Knicks fans might.
Man,
If they win it all, oh yeah, there might be a month-long celebration. Oh yeah, that as Justin said, 53 years. Man, oh man, the parties all over the place. Parties.
Traffic.
Oh,
yeah.
That part too.
Yeah.
All right, but I said Knicks in 6. What y'all say?
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you, Chris, on that. I think so. I think that's where I'm going. I think that's what I see. I think
Kenitra?
I say Knicks in 7.
Winning in San Antonio. Celebrate on the Riverwalk. Oh wow, wouldn't that be something? AJ.
I want Knicks in 7 just because I want 7 games. But bruh, I'll be perfectly fine Knicks in 6. And again, let me say this. I won't be mad if San Antonio wins. I'll be all right.
Yeah,
I'll be all
either.
right.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the matchup And again, I'm gonna say it again. De'Aaron Fox, Guy V. Lewis Award winner from here. So if he wins it, I got no problem with that. I'll be happy for him. I have no dog in this fight. I just picking a team from the East. And that's happened to be the Knicks this year. So that's
Let,
all.
let me slide this in real quick. And again, this is not a slight. If it wasn't for Wemby, oh my God, Dylan Harper, bruh, he is how old? He's a what?
Yep.
This dude is a problem on the court. Like,
Yep.
Coming
man,
off the
hey,
bench, right?
protect him at all costs. Keep your core together, because man, y'all got some young future on that squad. I love what they've done.
Yeah.
But the way the CBA is set up, it's going to be very hard for the Spurs to keep that young core intact.
Oh, I believe it. I believe,
Yeah.
and trust me, I wouldn't shoot high. I wouldn't like, man, let's get Wemby out of there. Da 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 da. Da. But Dylan Harper would definitely be a nice addition to a building franchise. I'm telling you, or that franchise that's missing a few pieces. That's just missing a few pieces. Kid's got a nice game, and I love it. I'm happy for his entire family.
Yeah.
Hey, and if the Spurs win it in San Antonio, let's remember where Villanova's 2018 national championship was won.
Oh snap! You went back to that.
I know what you. It's
Yeah.
I was there. So.
Yeah, that's why she's saying it. Yeah, that's why.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Yeah.
look, all the more
I mean,
reason
granted,
why the
different
Knicks will
building,
do it in
but-
San Antonio. Yeah, yeah. Again, I'll take Knicks in 7. I'll take it.
All right, I'm gonna now. Let's get into this. Your thoughts. In fact, I'm going to do this. I had not planned on it, but I'm going to type this and put it on the screen.
Kenitra, is he about to talk about that girl? He finna talk about that girl, ain't he?
What good?
You know what girl? You can't say her name, then people will come for you. You better just say that girl.
That good.
Oh, okay, good. No, it ain't the girl. Okay, cool. I'm safe. I was gonna have to have technology problems.
No. Where do y'all stand on this situation? Court goes to court tomorrow. Brendan gambled, placed bets when he was at Indiana with a 39 to 40 bets then, on and on. Texas Tech, his lawyer, is paying for a lawyer saying he has a gambling addiction, mental health issues, and he couldn't help himself. So judges, please allow him to play this year. Have at it.
And didn't he also gamble while he was at Cincinnati as well?
That's reported as well. Yes.
Yeah. So he gambled while he was at Indiana, redshirting. He gambled on Indiana, both football and basketball.
Yep.
Yep.
Clear NCAA rule. But he's like, gambling had control of me. I didn't have control of it. I'm throwing myself on the mercy of the court, whatever. But don't sit here and feign mental illness and anxiety because he had enough control not to gamble on Indiana football games when he was playing, only when he redshirted. So he knew what line not to cross. So he had enough control there. But so don't say, I was out of control. I have an addiction. No. So you're saying, I don't know, if you have anxiety, you're going to cheat on a term paper, and so that should be okay. That should be allowed. Don't hide behind mental illness and anxiety when you made a choice. Now live with that consequence.
AJ?
I'm gonna go in the other direction. He says he has a problem. His attorney says he has this problem. Go fix your problem. You're not playing. You're not playing. I'm old enough to remember Art Schlichter at the Ohio State. I'm old enough to remember guys that had gambling problems that just could not stop. So go fix your problem. You the last thing you need to be worrying about is being on the field. You know, to Kenitra's point, you had sense enough to be clandestine with it. Yeah, go fix your problem. Yeah, Pete Rose had a problem too, and he suffered the consequences. So yeah, go fix your problem. And we'll talk later after some significant professional assistance with your problem. Being
Consistent,
consistent,
Mm-hmm.
professional,
not 30 days in Arizona.
not right, exactly. But no, I was at Tulane when they canceled the Tulane basketball program. So no, go fix your problem. If gambling is going to be as prominent on all levels of sports, then guess what? The best place for you to be is away from sports.
Mm.
And because it's an addiction, I'm just using his words now, because it's an addiction, you're never not an
Yeah.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
You're never not a drug addict. You are just one hit or drink away from relapsing. So yeah, bro, we be an ambassador for the game. Be one of them people that host the skybox when the recruits come, but you don't need to be on the field. This is I got caught and I want to use legalese to continue to play the sport that is a privilege, not a right, and I jeopardized.
Yeah.
Enter the supplemental draft.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Laquita, add your 2 cents.
Yeah. So he does have a problem because he's been gambling since he was in high school. Okay, so that's a personal issue that he has, and I'm kind of like with the mental illness part, like which came first? Like did the gambling, trigger this, or did the mental illness trigger that? Like which one can you say triggered which one? If that's the stance that they're going to use, but the final line is it's in the bylaws, and it says what it says. You broke the bylaw. There are 6 basketball players that became ineligible because of betting.
Right.
And then you had the player in Temple that betted on his team. Those are done. That's the rule. And so they're here again, and we kind of alluded to this like 2 weeks ago when we were talking about the NCAA and their choosing of sponsorships and things that they're going to have monetized within the league, but then can't justify it when it comes to their players who are part of this. Here comes that thin line, and I feel like what's happening in the NCAA, until they get all these different things figured out, you're going to have players, coaches, teams that are going to be trying to walk that fine line and exhaust absolutely everything they possibly can to get their way, because NCAA has kind of some doors and leaks that are open for lawsuits and different things like that. So I blame the NCAA because it needs to really hone in on it, on its consistency, and keep the integrity of the game intact, but be consistent on both ends from the higher ups all the way down to the players. Therefore, we won't, be sitting here looking at more possible lawsuits and different things like that. But it's in the bylaws. And what kills me is I think his lawyer says he wants the NCAA to show the same mercy to him as they do with players that come in and smoking marijuana, where you get 3 shots, but as long as you're in counseling, you can play and not lose your eligibility. And I'm like, no, you can't put this nowhere but right where it sits in the bylaws of what's already written in the NCAA. So I agree to go ahead and go. The NFL team will pick him up. He'll get picked up somewhere.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, just go.
And the temptation for gambling is not going to go away. Folks know you're an addict. They're going to provoke you.
And when did he check into the facility? Before or after the investigation began or it got leaked that he was in trouble for gambling?
Leaked was the key word. Leaked was the key word. So right before the investigation was leaked, he went in.
Yep.
He jumped in. Yep.
So did he have mental health issues right after it got leaked?
That's what I'm saying. Like, when did this?
It's a convenient excuse.
Right.
Yes, because if he's been gambling since high school and you know it's wrong, well, if you did all that stuff when you were in high school and then in college, Indiana, Cincinnati, at no point at during those stops did you have I'm having mental health issues here. I just can't stop myself. Oh, I'm about to get caught. Oh, let me go check myself in. And then, oh, by the way, I have mental health issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, depending upon who you owe money to and how much you owe, that'll really mess with your mental health.
True.
That'll
In
cause
Texas Tech,
anxiety.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
it
yeah.
right.
will.
Yes. Certain people on campus, you ain't worried about them, but baby, there's some folk in Vegas that hey, don't make me come.
And Texas Tech is I understand why they're doing this, trying to protect their player, look out for him, try to help save their season because their quarterback situation is real shaky right now. But as Laquita said, as we all said, it's in the bylaws.
And then
He bet
for them to say, "Oh, Brent Sorsby, he's a Red Raider for life." No, he's not.
No,
He
yeah,
just got there.
he just got there.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
And
Right.
for the president of the university to get to say some of the things he said publicly, and you're the president. You should be concerned about the student athlete. And I'm saying student athlete,
Right.
not the student asset, the student athlete.
Right.
If he is cleared to play football, as we've all said, and all of us who watch it on the platforms believe. Do any of us think that word gets out, he's going to play quarterback this year, that the phone calls are going to stop, the influence is going to stop, so Brendan, man, how you feeling today? How are you looking for this coming game against Houston? You still owe me some money.
Look,
I haven't forgot about that, fella. You still owe me some money.
journalist posed the question: if you were a betting man, oops.
Oops. Oh, yeah, Brendan.
I'm sorry.
So for your health, Brendan,
Brent,
That's what I say.
what are the odds? Oh, sorry.
for your health, we're going to sit you out this season or urge you to go to the NFL draft and deal with those professional gamblers and bookies.
Okay.
Man, listen. Let me just say this, man. Any reasonable, decent, worth their weight in anything, therapist would say you get out of the environment.
Yes.
There's no way you can expect any amount of success with any kind of treatment if you're still in the environment that you claim has caused you this type of addiction and mental health issue.
Yeah.
So they're saying the right thing for their desired outcome, but it's killing their argument 100%. There's no way they can expect this man to be any better because he got to play.
And it is an issue, obviously, because when they go into NCAA, they have a class that they go through. They have a whole curriculum for this that is teaching them about sports betting, and it lays everything out. So clearly he has a problem because one, he was trying to hide it. Two, he was using family and friends to, hide behind that. And then the amount of money that he was putting in it. So clearly there is an issue there. And when he says he didn't care about winning, well, whatever. But
I don't want him on my team if he didn't care about winning.
Right.
saying,
I don't want him. My quarterback.
red flag.
I ain't T.O. That ain't my quarterback, man. That ain't my quarterback.
We're all on the same page, but would any of us be surprised if he and his side win the case and he's cleared to play this coming fall?
I would right now because of the position that NCAA is in already.
Right.
And them not being consistent with the players that they have already said is ineligible for the same problem and the issues with NIL and everything that's surrounding them right now. I would be surprised if they did right now.
AJ?
I'm on the other end of the spectrum, man. I would be surprised if he doesn't have the right people who will find a way to get him to play. A couple of phone calls from 1,600 and he playing. A couple of donations in the right place and he's playing.
Yeah. The cynic in me Laquita, I agree with you. What you're saying, what you said makes sense.
Yeah, agreed.
But where we are in America now, I will not be surprised if he's not starting game one for Tech.
I used to think that there were two tiers of justice. I think there are multiple tiers of justice that people can fit in for their specific situation, given the right connections. And at Texas Tech, it's easy to get the right connections to make that happen.
Is it a case where, upon appeal he plays, but it's still in the appeals process, and Texas Tech runs the risk of him eventually being declared ineligible and they subsequently have to forfeit the games in which he plays? Do they run that risk?
Yes,
Hmm.
they will.
Hmm.
Yes, because football is that important to America. College football is everything to people in Lubbock. Yes, they'll run that risk because they will convince themselves that ultimately they're going to win the case.
Mm.
Even if you point out to them it doesn't look good, you're going to have to forfeit all these games, we're going to take that chance.
But where are the adults, man? Where are the adults that say, "No, we're not going to do this"? Look, hey,
Yeah.
man,
Money talks.
for your well-being, we're just not going to do this. Like, man,
Yeah.
go get help. We're right here with you. You Raider for life.
If they're the adults, if there were adults involved, they would have told him get help, and if NFL is important, go to the supplemental draft.
Yeah.
Do
But
we believe that all evidence has been uncovered?
I
no,
don't. I don't.
Probably no. Probably not.
no.
Yeah, I don't.
Just looking at the little bit that we have looked at already just lets me know, okay, there's way more to this. Somewhere
So
down in there.
and saying that might be the impetus for him to finally drop the case. Oh, ooh, well, I don't want that. Oh, okay, I don't want that to come out of discovery. So, well, I guess I'll go to the NFL. So yeah. Everyone, thank you very much for this great conversation on episode 186 of Folks Talking Sports. Let me see. Who goes first? Laquita, give us an update on your everything, your book, the NIL thing, and everything else you have going on. And then I'll go to Mr. Jones and then Kenitra Pulliams.
All right. It is always fun to be here on Sunday evenings. Thank you so much for having me. And again, do not forget about now this book. This is an ebook, and it's called The Playbook Beyond the Game, where it's a workbook for student athletes to prepare yourself for college, NIL, transfer portal, financial, networking, the whole bid that you need now for this new landscape in college. And remember, when you purchase yours now, I'm also going to give you the transfer portal scorecard that's going to help you think through that process before you just jump in. So look out for that on my social medias, which is just my name, Laquita Thompson. Right now, I'm having a launch of $14.99 with the both of the books coming together. And I promise you, this book is going to help families and players and coaches and mentors figure it out for this new landscape in college. All right.
I'm so excited for Laquita, girl. Look, I love it. Hey, I don't have a book, and I'm kind of retiring from sports. But hear me when I tell you, I am busier than I probably have ever been with JM&E Productions, and about to invest in a whole nother business, and still doing wealth management. So let me throw this out there: if you need help with just getting information. Notice I didn't say buy anything, sign up for anything, invest in anything. If you need help with just getting information, whether it be NIL related, whether it be investment related, or if you've got a financial planner out there who's desiring to be your person, hit me up, because guess what? I can check them out inside and out through securities exchanges and places that they actually have to be registered, and let you know what you're getting yourself into before you get going. So you got my email address right there, faithandsports@gmail.com, or you can use my professional address, Andre Jones at spectrumfinancialgroup.com.
Well, you got to send me that one so I can add that to the mix, sir. But most
Real.
definitely. Kenitra, anything
No, hey,
changed for you? No.
Nothing's changed, but hey, just shout out. I've been watching a lot of softball, baseball all weekend. The way that Texas came back, Katie Stewart with the home run to stave off elimination. So hey,
Man, that close.
Yeah.
and then baseball is leading in the eighth. So could be super regionals, for the Longhorns for baseball, and then WCWS semifinals tomorrow against Tennessee.
Every time she discusses the Longhorns, I just wonder why I keep her on the show. I really do. I mean, I love her to pieces and all, but every time she discusses those burnt orange people and their success on any football field or baseball field or softball field, I just shake my head like, why am I doing this to myself? Why, oh, why?
Hey,
But
there's an incoming softball pitcher for U of H who won a state championship, Texas high school softball state championships.
There you go.
so yeah, brighter days are ahead. I think for UH athletics. I'm not gonna bring up the mistake they've made, so I won't even bring it up.
Firing
But
Coach Huey. That
oh
was
heck no, I wouldn't. That's not a mistake at all.
okay. I didn't know which mistake we were talking about. They've got a
Not
few.
at all. That was well way past time for that to happen. Reach out, IG and threads, follow Folks Talking Sports. Please do so there. And it was great to have AJ and Laquita and Kanitra join me on today's edition of Folks Talking Sports. Salute to Justin and Queen Wanda Polk and Mr. Big Texco. We agreed to disagree about Wemby and Chet. That's quite all right. That's part of what we do here on Folks Talking Sports. I will say this. Me and Andy Yanez have begun our plans and budgeting for the 2027 Big 12 men's basketball tournament. So if you want to help us out with that, please, advertise at thehrr.com. Yes, that's in March. June 1st is here tomorrow. But yes, we are on a budget. So you want to help us out, make that trip happen, reach out, advertise at thehrr.com. And real talk, it ain't many of us who are going to be there in Kansas City covering basketball. Just saying. But advertise at thehrr.com. I hate the fact that AD Moore couldn't join us here. I want to say this. Willie Gibson, graduation is that time of the year. It's in the family, so he's at another graduation ceremony. But next Sunday, I'm going to tease this right now. He'll have more to share on next Sunday on FTS. Willie Gibson believes that LeBron James will be a Cleveland Cavalier. Okay? And he's connecting those dots, and it makes sense to me. And he believes, and he'll add to it more details next Sunday, that LeBron James will return to Cleveland and return to the Cavs. So I'm saying that here for Willie Gibson. You heard it here
With
on
Bronny?
Folks Talking Sports.
With Bronny?
I mean, that wasn't discussed. I didn't ask about Bronny. I don't, whatever. If you want to come along, you can come along. What is his contract? I don't even know his contract situation. I don't even know what his is. But I mean, he could if he want to. I mean, that's on him. No one cares about him in terms of Cavs and success and playoffs. But Willie can talk about that more. We can ask him that question next Sunday on episode 187 of Folks Talking Sports. But thank you, as always, for joining us and participating in the discussion on Folks Talking Sports. And until next Sunday, Game 1 of the Knicks Spurs this Wednesday. We'll discuss, what should it be, 2 games in by next Sunday. We'll talk about it and get ready for Game 3 or something like that. But you guys know it. Tell your friends about Folks Talking Sports. Tell your friends about the great conversation, the knowledgeable panel on FTS. And until next Sunday, since 1994, the Houston Round Ball Review Local name, global perspective. Everyone take care. Peace.